Hey, what's going on, YT? It is your girl, LeaRae, and you are tuned in to The LeaRaeShow. One thing I want to talk about before I get into the video about the other stuff is something I forgot to talk about, which is whether or not you should enter this competition. Let me tell you something. They had so many rookies in this competition, and everybody was so well prepared. If you are new to bodybuilding or if you are new to fitness competitions, I would say go ahead and enter because they helped their contestants along the way so well that it actually inspired me. I mean, I'm not about to get out there and do what they did because I'm not ready, but it actually made me believe, and I truly believe that I could actually do this one day if I have the support system that they had from my local gym. It was excellent and everybody seemed excited. So like I said, if you're new or maybe you're not new, you've been in the game for a while, I definitely think people of all levels of the fitness game should enter this contest because you will not be disappointed. You will have an amazing experience and you will probably learn a lot. And just like some of the contestants that I talked to, it made them want to do it again next year. Nobody said that they weren't interested for the next show to come. So I think it's a great thing and I think everybody should enter. So, I had the pleasure recently of attending the 2018 NPC Body B1 Classics in Dothan, Alabama. This was a body competition. There was bodybuilding. There was physique. There were a whole bunch of different categories, but I was looking forward to this event for so many months because these were not real people to me. Like previously, I had only seen these people in social media and on TV, so they were like superheroes. And what does every kid want to see? They want to see their superheroes in real life. So that's what I wanted to see. And not to mention the fact that these people are the epitome of physical greatness. If you could just see a picture of words like hard work, dedication, diligence, consistency, these are the people that you should picture because regardless about how you feel about bodybuilding, about physique, competitions, anything like that, you have to recognize greatness. And this is greatness. So if you did not attend this year's show, I urge you to attend next year's show because even if you're not into it, the bare minimum that will happen is that you will be amazed. Trust me when I tell you this. So my gym is the gym that hosted it, Dothan Athletic Club in Dothan, Alabama, and this hadn't been around for about 15 years. This was obviously around before I moved to Dothan, Alabama, so I knew nothing of it until my gym started advertising it. And when they started advertising it, I was hooked in. There were a couple events that I kind of chickened out on going to, which was the posing competition. The posing practice, which was open. Some of them were open to the public. And I wanted to go and I wanted to see, but I chickened out, so that's whatever. But I was definitely going to go to the competition. So competition rolled around July 21st and I bought my tickets the night of July 20th and I got VIP because I wanted whatever was going to go down, I wanted access to it. So we went to the show and it started something like 8 something in the morning and that was prejudging. Now, fun fact that I didn't know is that they actually pick the winners to the categories at prejudging and then at night when everybody else comes, because there were more people at the night show than the prejudging because the night show was like the show for the fans. They put on their show and they entertain the crowd, but they already know who won for the most part. Now I was confused a little bit because they were still doing some like posing activities that they did from prejudging at the night show. Maybe they didn't do those categories in the morning and they had to do them at night. I'm not sure, but for the most part, they already knew who won, and this was a show for the fans. Like I said, the morning crew was smaller than the night crew. The night crew was friends and family, things like that. The competitors had their music playing. It was just pure entertainment. So, just in case you plan on going to one, just know what you're going to expect. The prejudging is very time consuming. Well, the entire event is time consuming. It takes a while. There's a lot of categories. There's a lot of competitors. So when we got there at 8 something in the morning, we weren't leaving until 11 something. And then I came back and The show started at, I think, 6 p.m. And I think I was there until, I want to say around 10 something. It was definitely a few hours. If it wasn't that late, I know it was scheduled for something like 6 to 11, but I know we didn't go to 11. So just be prepared if you're going to bring children with you or anything. You're going to be there for a while. All in all, I had a great time. You know, like I said, I'm into that kind of thing, and it was something that I was looking forward to. It's the most fun that I've had in Dothan, Alabama, and I enjoyed myself. I encourage everybody to go and support. Now, I just wanted to talk about a few things because, you know, if you're doing something for the first time in 15 years, you know, things have changed. The age of social media is real, and we have to utilize social media for so many things. So I want to talk about some of the things that I feel could be improved just to add more to the fan experience, because at the end of the day, it's the fans who are buying the tickets, right? So we gotta make it a pleasurable experience for them, right? So I didn't mind the ticket prices. Ticket prices, I paid $55 for my VIP tickets, and I paid for an all-day pass. Now, the thing that bothered me about the all-day pass was I didn't know what I was getting for my $55. I just knew that I would be able to get into prejudging and that I would be able to go to the night show. But when you say it's an all-day pass, it kind of tells me that it's going to be events happening all day. Now, there were some vendors there, and they were set up inside the Civic Center. But as far as something like going down events, none of that was happening all day. So I don't feel like I got an all-day pass. I feel like I paid for a morning show and an after-night show, and that's it. So if we're going to do all day, we got to put some events in there. Following right along with that was the schedule. There was no scheduled program. If there was, I didn't get one. I walked in the front gate, okay? And the lady that was taking ticket stubs, she didn't hand me a program. Nobody tried to sell me a program if there was one. People like programs. People like to know what's on schedule. People like to know where they are in the program. So in the future, even if it's just a one-pager, I would like a program. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what categories we're into. And plus, for somebody who had never been to a body competition, and you have all these different categories and what, I don't even know what they're looking for. Because, you know, when everybody comes out on the stage, for the most part, everybody looks the same to me. Yes, you could tell a difference between a bodybuilder and a physique competitor, but everybody's ripped. Everybody looks good. So I don't exactly know what we're looking for. So some information would have been nice in a program. And as a keepsake, let's talk about entertainment. Entertainment plays a part in how hyped the crowd is. The music situation. I would like for the promoters to spend the extra money for a DJ. I don't know who was working the sound system in the back, but it was driving the crowd nuts. I remember that the music came through so loud on the speakers that it scared the living daylights out of my baby, and she had the noise canceling headphones on. It scared the crowd. We didn't know what was going on. It was just, the volumes were up, down. It was the same music over and over. We went from one song to I think Nuck If You Buck, the Cupid Shuffle, or the Cha-Cha, something like that. It was crazy. It was all over the place, but then it was cyclical. And then, like, when the competitors were doing their competition, like, sometimes the music didn't even start. It wouldn't even play. Like, they had to, like, literally stop the program and say, hey, music. So I think it would be worth it to spend, you know, $500, $600, $700 for a DJ just so you can keep the entertainment going. Right on the lines of entertainment, let's talk about the performances. We had somebody sing the national anthem who was really good, and then we had a performance by a praise dancer. I don't know if that was the right time to be doing praise dance. It kind of threw the vibe. I just don't think that it was the proper place for praise dancing. When I go to a competition like this, or just like something like this, if we're gonna do entertainment, then let's do entertainment. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of looked like she was inserted there because most of the people didn't even know what was going on. So if you're gonna have intermissions and things like that, you need to have some real hype entertainment to keep the people entertained. Next thing I want to talk about is the MC. She was trying to get the crowd involved. She was trying to get us hyped, but she wasn't hyped. So it was hard for us to get hyped. She was really professional, really good at reading her program and introducing everybody. But when I think about MC, I think about somebody who's going to get the crowd involved, somebody who's going to elevate the energy, somebody who's just going to flow naturally. Yes, they have a program, but they're just going to flow with it naturally, and I wasn't getting that vibe. And maybe that's the person that had to do it because she was a part of the association or something. I don't know. But it was a little churchy for me. Definitely a little churchy and a little too proper for me. Especially since we were at this very intense body competition. I was expecting everything to be all around intense, and I just wasn't getting that vibe from the MC. Another thing, and the last thing that I want to talk about that just really disappointed me was the advertising. You have got to push forth on social media. I could not find all the information I needed in one spot. I had to literally go and download the entry form in order to figure out some of the missing information. For instance, I knew from the gate that we were not allowed to take pictures because I saw it on the entry form. You had to have specific permission for the people competing and all this kind of stuff. But people did not know that. And I know why they didn't know that, because they didn't download the entry form because they weren't entering the contest. That's just me looking for information. That's what I do when I need information. I just go to every source available. However, when you went to buy your tickets and stuff like that, right on the screen, there was nowhere that talked about that you could not film. I did not see a place, and my husband and I sat on that computer for about an hour before I finally just text somebody for the additional information that I needed, which I didn't even want to text that person because it was 10 something at night, and I'm like, if this person is in the competition, they're asleep right now, and now I'm bothering them with this mess because I didn't know if it was somebody that was from the gym, because some of the people that worked at the gym and attended the gym were also in the competition, and I didn't want to bother them. So it was just it put me in a weird spot. And then it was I shouldn't have to call anybody for this, but I've already gotten that topic. Let's get back to social media. If you are not pushing things out on Facebook, if you are not pushing things out on Twitter, yes, it was on the news, but who watches the news, okay? This was an event for a very specific group of people, but also for young people, because young people are into this fitness game right now. And if you're not pushing this out on Facebook, you're not pushing anything. The advertisement was just low. People didn't even know it was, I think something like this, there should be a lot of social media present. People didn't even know this was happening. I was telling people that I was going to a bodybuilding competition. They're like, it's a body competition in Dothan? Yeah, it's been advertised for months. I didn't see anything. So I think to answer that problem, what you have to do is you have to get a young person on the advertising campaign. That's it, because the young person's gonna push it through social media. I'm 35 years old, but I'm a digital immigrant, okay? I do everything via social media, and I would push. So you gotta get somebody who's gonna push it on social media. Otherwise, nobody will know about it. So if you want a bigger crowd next year, which I want a bigger crowd, you gotta push it out on social media. You gotta do better with this advertisement, and you have to house everything in one spot. You can't have things in 4 or 5 different places. I mean, the ticket place, the Civic Center, Facebook, phone number, flyers. What I mean is different places had different information. Not 100% contradictory, but what this was missing, I might be able to find over here. And what this had, this one didn't have. No matter where you go, if you want to push it out on every single platform you can, then push it out. But there should be a central location where you can go to get all the information you need. And I feel like that should be social media. And somebody should be giving us updates after updates after updates to keep this thing in our subconscious. It was just not there. It just wasn't there. That's just some of the things that I think can be improved, but that's not going to deter me from coming next year, because I know next year will be better. I know somebody has already told them about the things that I'm talking about, because people were sitting around me and everybody was saying the exact same thing. I even talked to somebody who was affiliated with the competition, and they were talking about how the social media thing was a big problem and they're going to get on it for next year. So I just wanted to go ahead and put these out there because it's just constructive criticism. It's just things that I think can help them improve as a fan. But all in all, I had a great time. Like I said, I advise everybody to go check this out. It was a blast, and I cannot wait till next year. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And until next time, people, it's your girl, LeaRae, on The LeaRaeShow. Peace.